Chavo was going to finally help me in a match. And we were going to be babyface buddies. We were going to be buddies finally.
The feud that will never end.
Yes. We're going to finally be friends. And that day, I was told, hey, we're changing this. We're going a different way. So, okay, great. Triple H comes up to me. He goes, hey, starting next week, you're gonna start working with us. You're going to be with us. I remember literally saying, with who? And then he goes, Sean and I? I go, oh, DX. I literally look back and then I go, you Nimrod. Like, with who? Oh, man. And then it was just like one thing after another, just doing a moment. Again, I look back and I go, you idiot for not taking this in. You got pedigreed by Triple H in the middle of MSG. Did not think about it back then, how big that was. Now I look back and I go, okay, that's a moment. Then, like, we do the Little People's Court, and then I'm with them. And, like, I remember when it finally hit me that I was with them and, like, how cool it was when I got to do Pyro with them. Because then I was X-Pac in my mind. I didn't have sex with China, but I became X-Pac.
You've not had a porn video, but you...
Got him again. I remember doing the Pyro and going, this is the greatest moment of my life. I had a cage match with Vince. Shouldn't have happened. I parted WWE. Shouldn't have happened. I'm now doing Pyro. Shouldn't be happening. This is incredible. And then they give me glow sticks. And then I get to throw said glow sticks. And then at international tours and house shows, I get to see parents on their phones not paying attention to the show up in their upper bowl, and their kids just loving, like, yeah, there's the little guy with DX, yeah! And I see the kid parent just on their phone not paying attention. I would take these glow sticks and just... every target. Those were my targets, and I was so good with these glow sticks. I was so on point with these damn glow sticks. I would just load my pockets with them just so I had extra ammo to hit these parents. It's the best day of my life.
So by this point, you're 23. Did you ask Triple H any questions behind the scenes?
No. Say no. No, because that one would have been scarier than the Vince one.
Why did you wait 23 seconds to pin Booker T at WrestleMania 19?
Come on now.
So
hey, come on now. No, I would never have asked that.
What was Triple H like to work with? Because at this point he's a wrestler, but he's also behind the scenes.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't ask anything. That's why I was like, he's kind of my boss already. I mean, everyone saw the writing on the wall. Everyone did at that point. But he was a boss. I remember hearing the story. Triple H told me, he goes, because I think I asked him, like, how did this all happen? Why did you pick me to be part of this? And he goes, Sean came up to me when we were rehearsing the tag match with me and Chavo and Masters and someone. I forget who was all in that. Sean goes, hey, my kids really like him. And Triple H goes, Chavo? Sean goes, no, Hornswoggle. And Triple H goes, oh yeah. He goes, and Sean goes, what if he was part of us? That day changed. That's when it changed. Yeah. It's like, awesome. I'm really glad he said that because I had DX shirts. I had Pyro. I did international tours with them. It's crazy to think about. Luck. Not skill. There's nothing I did that day that made me earn that spot. Nothing.
But you did it well?
I did it halfway decent.
You with Sean, were you able to kind of connect with him and get to know him, do you have memory, or were you kind of still too young to really?
Yeah, I just cared about partying, man. I was living around.
And Sean did not.
A cool thing, actually, really cool. It was like known that it was going to be Sean's last overseas tour, and so he brought his family, which was really, really cool. It was a European tour, and he brought his family along, and it was like, oh, this is really cool. It was cool for me to see because not only just bringing his family in so they could see the other side of the world, but it was cool that he knew it was his last one, and now he wanted his family along to see it. on his last one. No one else did. The fans didn't. He did. And so him thinking ahead and going, no, this is going to be it. I have every shirt from that tour because it was like the DX whatever tour, and I have every event shirt from that one. I kept them all.
And with the Little People's Court segment, which, by the way, the Little People's Court sign was on eBay for like 4 years.
Yes.
Did you buy it in the end?
No. I just signed it a couple of years ago, and I was like, why did I not buy it? If it ever pops up again, I'm buying it. If you're out there and you own it, I know I signed it. I want that. Sell it to me, please.
We've got no link for that, but yeah. I mean,
find me.
Was who cracked the most trying to film that, or was there?
I wasn't even in. I was in the room for yeah, I was in the room, but there was. I can say this because I'm one of them. There was an odd-looking little fella in Little People's Court.
I couldn't possibly comment.
And I literally just kept going. Even for one of us, he's a bit odd-looking. And I just kept self-laughing at that. That's all I remember that day.
Oh, you remember?
And then I do remember. Holy when Big Show and Jericho beat all of us up. And they had the really little guy, and Big Show gave him the sidewalk slam. I remember thinking he's gonna die. He's too little for this, and he was fine. But I was like, oh man, this might be the first one. This is like big injury we have and lawsuit on our hands. It's Big Show giving this guy a sidewalk slam. It was great. It was a segment centered around me, like Jericho and Big Show are doing the Santa thing and that. And then I come out leading the little people charge. And then the closing, it's all built. Then DX saves me. At that time, I don't realize how big that was. Now, looking back on it, I can go, holy shit, they wrote a whole segment about me. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool to think. I'm at that age where I can reflect. I'm old.
You're not that old.
Fucking old.
I'm 39.
I'm 38. 38. Not quite.
Best
40.
is behind us.
You're very close to 40 compared to me.
Okay. The anonymous Raw general manager was one of the worst.
Come on.
No. And when it was happening, I mean, you've got Michael Cole reading off paper.
You didn't like it.
Well,
you know why you didn't like it? Because it annoyed you.
It did annoy me. Yeah.
That's the only reason you don't like it. What was the job of it? To annoy people. You son of a bitch.
So
you're one of them. You're one of them.
It was me, Austin. But they do the whole angle, right, for like a year and a half, and then you think, what's the reveal going to be to this? And then there just isn't a reveal for a while.
And then it's like, shut up about.
And then it's shut up about, and then it's you. My question was going to be, when you find out, I found
out Friday. I was at my parents' house having dinner. The Friday before. And I get a call from one of the writers. I'm okay. And they go, all right, you're going to be kind of like the baby on Roger Rabbit. And I go, what? I'm a Disney fan. I know this. Okay. They go, you're going to talk. I go, something I've been trying to pitch you guys to have me do for years now. Okay, awesome. They go, yeah, and you're going to be like, Kofi does an impression. He does it I interviewed him for Small Talk on the podcast. And the line was, I've fooled you all along. All of you and your stupid kids buying my merch all of these years. And Kofi does it in this because they wanted me to have a New Jersey accent. Again, going back, I don't do accents. They wanted me to learn a New Jersey accent in 2 days. And we have rehearsal that Monday then, and I'm petrified. Because now I get the script, and I see this whole script, paragraphs of a promo I have to do in a Jersey accent. Triple H is running it. He has the writer next to him. And I remember looking behind me in the stands, and there's one Kofi Kingston and Kurt Hawkins, my two best friends, not watching because they're proud of me. watching because they want to see this fail.
It seems like a hard accent to do as well. Like
You're trying, and
I'm not going to do it, but
it's not
but
going to happen here.
it seems like a tough accent to do.
Yeah, especially when you're from Wisconsin and it doesn't happen. Like, you're not good at accents. So, man, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, this is going to be horrible. And so I tried it the first time. Doesn't go well. And Triple H goes, okay, all right, let's give it another try. I tried it the second time. It doesn't go well. All right, let's give it one more shot. And now he turns the mic off, and I'm doing it. And Kofi goes, boo! We can't hear him! And I go, you son of a bitch. You're laughing at my pain. That's what you're doing right now. Didn't go well. Just like the initial Finley interview. I go to the back with the writer. I go, what do we do? He goes, well, keep trying. I said, all right. I said, why do we have to do an accent? Why can't it just be me as a heel now? What they want. And then comes to me an hour later, goes, it's off the table. Because I literally was going to be like this new heel persona, and something I pitched in a promo class 2 weeks before. Did this whole promo about it. I wanted to be a heel. I wanted this to be that thing. I wanted to be, hey, I'm in charge of this. I can, I'm a little hitman essentially, and having people do the bidding for me, and it was over. And what you saw was what ended up happening.
Was there any part of you that when you're revealed as the anonymous GM, do you foresee that people are going to be like, what is this?
Oh, I knew it was a complete flop. The minute it happened. That was one of those times in the ring where I felt like, that sucked. This is bad. And it was.
In the back, do they realize straight away that it's not worked, or are they still
just want to get it done and over with? I think that's all it was. Done and over with. And okay, next segment.
Was there ever any talk of who else it was going to be before you?
Not that I know.
There wasn't like another plan.
I know of. I don't think there was a plan. I always laugh at things now. Oh, who's gonna just win and then end the cruiserweight title? Hornswoggle. Oh, who's gonna be Vince's son? Can't be Ken. Hornswoggle. Oh, who's gonna be GM? Hornswoggle. Like, I was always the last. Oh, we can't do this. Let's just have the little guy do it. I'm fine with that because it got me TV time.
And then there's like the WrestleMania spot that people still ask you about. There's the DX stuff. There's the but I mean, in terms of what's the most memorable, WeeLC has to be up.
I will never do anything better than that match. The only thing that's better is raising my kid, only because I have to say that. And then the Muppet movie, probably above having my kid. But WeeLC, man, I'll never do anything in my life better than. In my career, I'll never touch that. It was magic.
Because you turn heel, you join 3MB, you're together, and then it's the pre-show of Extreme Rules 2014, and just nobody. It's announced it's going to be a WeeLC match, but nobody really thinks about what that's going to be like in terms of the audience.
I talk about this a lot in this match because it gets brought up all the time. Everyone wanted it to be a joke. Everyone wanted to be able to laugh at it. It was put in front of the New Jersey crowd, which behind Chicago is the most like heel crowd in the country. They should have all over it. But then it was, especially a midget bull and a vanilla Sunday midget bodied rock star. Like, what are they gonna do? And we went into when planning that match, we went into it going, all right, let's steal the show in the pre-show. Drew flat out said, hey, can I just dive through a table? And we're all like, yeah, I'll just flip dive through one. It'll be fine. And then that part of the match is so funny to me because he literally just jumps through a table from the ring, does a flip dive through a table onto no one. It's like but that was the mindset we all had of, hey, first off, they're going to take this as a joke, so let's flip that on them. Secondly, they're putting it on the pre-show. Let's flip that on them and shove it up their ass. It was the one time in my career where I've been able to get back through the curtain, standing ovation, and then kind of have the mindset of, like, you guys, all of that kind of thing. It was
Do you think? I mean, along with you, do you think everybody else in the match was also like?
We were all hyped. We were all so hyped after that match. It was one of those things where we knew we did it. We knew we did it.
And what's the reaction when you go backstage?
Standing on. Like I said, I've never had one. I've my buddies, my close friends meeting me at the curtain, just giving me the nod, the smile and the nod, and that's better than a good job, pal. Yeah, we knew we did it. We knew we accomplished everything we wanted to and more.
My last question is, can you tell us about the time that you pissed off the Undertaker?
Yeah. It's overseas. I think it was in Europe. Might have been South America. Might have been somewhere else. I don't know. It was overseas for sure. Might have been a little sleepy from the night before. Might have been overserved. I would never do that to myself, so I was definitely overserved. I would always have to get loaded, not at the bar, under the ring. I always have to get loaded under the ring for overseas tours, usually before the show. So I'd go out before the I would go into the ring before the show. That's an hour. Now we have an hour and a half to 2 hours for the first half, intermission, and we're the main event. So I'd end up being under like 4 or 5 hours. The longest I was under was 7 hours under the ring.
7 hours?
Oh, yeah. Just hanging out, doing my thing. This time, I could sleep. I could very well sleep under the ring. And the pyro, because they had like house show pyro at the time, it would always wake me up. This night it did not.
I want to ask this in as nice a way as possible.
I did not under the ring.
Do you have to like plan your meals around being under the ring so that you?
No, I had a way better stomach back then compared to now. I just wouldn't. I was fine. Yeah, I never pissed under the ring. Now that I think about it, I never even pissed under the ring.
Never.
No, I never.
Not even for 7 hours.
No, I puked under the ring one time. There was an Inferno match with MVP and Kane on a pay-per-view, and there was like one of the gas things was leaking under there a little bit, and I just kept getting whiffs of gas, and I was like, and I just threw up. I remember just throwing up under the ring. I remember that. Never pissed under the ring. Nope. Undertaker. So
Segue.
The spot was always, I mean, it was a 6-man tag. On the babyface side, it was Kane, Undertaker, and Batista, 3 large men, versus Finlay, Khali, and Big Daddy V. A lot of mass, a lot of noise in this ring. So the end of the ring is right here. I would always just lay here and put a little sweatshirt under me and take a little sneeze. Spot happens. I can literally picture it in my head. Undertaker gets dropped by Finlay, usually behind the ref's back with a shillelagh. Bang. Fit comes out, lifts the curtain. Here's the little guy. Gets thrown in. Then at that point I would sell into the ring. Undertaker would sit up, goozle me for a chokeslam. Here we go. We're going home. Spot happens. Bang. There's Finlay with a shillelagh. Gets out of the ring. Lifts up the curtain. Here comes little guy. There's no little guy. There's still no little guy. Where's the little guy? Fit goes, I saw you laying face down. He goes, I thought you were knocked out because he thought one of the beams hit me. And he goes, I thought you were dead. You were face down. He goes, you weren't even like sleeping comfortably. You were just face down. He goes, your face was in the hoodie. I thought you were dead. And he goes, hey. And he goes, you then look up at me and go, oh, hey. Because we locked eyes. And it wasn't a thing of like, hey, I got to get out of the ring. And then I go, oh, I come out of the ring. He throws me in. And now my realization is, Undertaker's been waiting for me for what probably seemed like 3 minutes. I get in. I look at Finlay. He's on the floor here. And I look at Finlay through the ropes and go, I'm so I walk to Taker, who's laying because he's going to do the sit-up in the middle of the ring. That 10 feet to the middle of the ring, I'm going, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. He sits up, goozles me, and I'm still going, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. We get to the match ends, we get to the back, and he goes, what happened? I go, I was sleeping. He goes, you what? I go, I was sleeping. He goes, how? I go, I was tired. I got very, very drunk last night. he goes, he literally just goes, God damn. He goes to the back. I remember Fit comes over. He goes, what? Where were you? I was sleeping. He goes, how? How? I said, I got overserved last night. You were with me. Like, you saw this. Yeah. And then I immediately sent one of the runners to get a bottle of Jack Daniels I apologize. And we had that libations on the bus that night.
What a way to end it.
That man, that's one of those like that story just came out a bit ago, and that's like now one that always gets brought up. Is that the sleeping under the ring, and it's
At least you were honest.
100%. I wasn't about to hide like, oh, I just was waiting for that pop, brother. I fell asleep because I was probably still inebriated, sweating vodka at that point. At early 20s, mind you, like living the life.